Should be recording. I'm not exactly sure how good the quality is right now. I'm playing around with some weird stuff. Let me just check. And it's recording. Yay, woohoo, cool. All right, so guys, I want to talk a fair amount about cognitive dissonance. If you look into your notes, you only have this thing right here, and it says the cognitive dissonance theory, Festinger's belief, which is done by a guy named Festinger, is beliefs contrary to some behaviors produce tensions or dissonance, and so motivation to change beliefs or behavior to reduce dissonance. And you go, what the heck does that mean? So time for me to draw a picture. Let's make this smaller. So here we go. Here's a picture. Is this the right way? Yeah, okay. So let us say this is the idea that you have some sort of, let me turn this way, conflicting pieces of information. For example, we know that smoking is bad. We know smoking is bad for us. So let us take, so we have this idea. Here's an idea. Smoking is bad. But let's say that we are a smoker. This is dissonance. Dissonance. This means that these two ideas are incompatible with each other. Now, this means that this creates problems in us. You know when you believe a thing and then the information you get contradicts it, and you go, no, that can't be right, totally can't be right. Like I remember one time when I was in college, I was watching the original It or something, and I thought for sure that Stephen King was in that movie. Like he made an appearance. I think he might have, but I thought he had a bigger role. And I was talking to my girlfriend. I was like, Stephen King played in this movie and all this stuff. And we watch it. And she's like, where was Stephen King? I was like, he was that guy. And she goes, no, it wasn't. And it took me, we had to look it up. And I still had a hard time believing that he didn't play that role. And I don't know why I thought that. We've talked about the Mandela effect a little bit with memory. This is similar to this. So what color is the nose of the dog in A Nightmare Before Christmas? Now, his nose is orange. It's a pumpkin, I think. That's my belief. So we're going to zero nose Nightmare Before Christmas. It is a pumpkin. It looks like a pumpkin. Yes, I was right. Ooh. But if I go over that, people won't believe me a lot of times, and they will go, okay, and they'll come up with some sort of weird idea. So when we have cognitive dissonance, here's another picture of what I'm talking about. We end up with something that looks like this. We have an action and a belief, a thing we do. A dissonance, this is problems, and then we have to change a belief, change action, change a perception. So back to this thing. So there's dissonance. So we're going to change a belief, change action, or what was our other one there? Let's go back. That was the wrong button. Or change perception of action. So, let us say that we think that smoking is a problem. Smoking's bad, but we smoke. So, we need to get rid of this because we want dissonance to go down. Dissonance is painful. I'm going to go grab my guitar and play some dissonant notes. All right. So this is a guitar, and here is a chord. Those are consonant notes. Now, if I suddenly throw this into it, I throw this chord, those are dissonant notes. Those notes do not go together at all. In fact, I can make it even worse if I go like this. Oh, it's ugly. We hate it. It's painful. Nobody likes that sound. Those two notes do not go together. Those two notes do. That's a beautiful. This is a... That's a fifth. These are fifths. We love these notes together. But we hate these notes together. That's a first. That's the same as... Anyway, I don't want to make another one. But you see what I'm saying? We don't like dissonance. We don't like sounds that go apart from each other. It's like foods that don't go together. Like peanut butter is... I like peanut butter. But peanut butter probably shouldn't go on certain foods. Or chocolate. Take chocolate. Chocolate's delicious. Cheese is different. Delicious. Throw some cheddar on a bar of Hershey's and eat that. And you don't want to do that. That sounds gross. That's dissonance. And so we want to get rid of dissonance. And so we do these things. We need to change something. We're going to change our belief. We're going to change an action, or we're going to change a perception. So if I think that smoking is bad, or my action, so I could either stop smoking, or I can come up with some sort of excuse. I can change my belief. This belief could be that smoking isn't bad. And you go, how? And you just say, okay, well, here's the thing. The evidence for that's not very good. We don't want to buy any of that evidence. That evidence is crap. And so you go, okay, well, smoking's not that bad. Or you could change your perspective of your action. I only smoke a little bit. I smoke in a healthy way. When I smoke, it's all right. I smoke healthily. I'm only a social smoker. I smoke when other people are there. I don't smoke a whole lot. And so you change your perception of your actions. This is the action. This is the belief. And so we change the belief. I see old people who can smoke all the time, and they're fine. So the science must be problematic. Let's take flat Earth. Here's a belief that you have. Earth flat. And then another belief. So you can have an action or another belief that can also happen. Earth is a sphere. Now, these two things are... Let me get rid of this for a second. These two things are dissonant. Earth being flat and Earth being a sphere. So, we got dissonance. We are a flat earther. How about a flat earther? But we know the belief out there is that the Earth is a sphere. So we can either change our belief. We could change, let's say we're a flat earther, but we've heard that the Earth is a sphere, so we could change our belief and we could say Earth is round. We could change our actions. I wrote that down wrong. This is how flat earthers get into that. We have this idea of a flat earther. Flat Earth. Round Earth. This person wants this belief. They've been told this. There's dissonance. This is what science tells us. Science says that there is a round Earth. So, I can either change my belief, or I can take it and go, I can dismiss evidence. And I can say, this idea that I want it to be, the world to be flat, that I will dismiss every bit of evidence out there, like satellites. You will be on a phone that you use satellites to communicate with each other, or your GPS and satellites, things that orbit and you do science, And you will still not believe it because you have this dissonance in your mind, and these two things cannot work together. The earth is either round or it is flat, and it is all the science in the world. So you come up with conspiracy theories. You say that Buzz Aldrin was a liar. You say that we never landed on the moon. You think that we are a flat spheroid. You will go out into like fields and watch things and try to come up with theories and think that everybody is out to get you and that everything is wrong and be some sort of flat earthing moron because of dissonance. That's cognitive dissonance. That's what it does. It causes people to do this kind of stuff. So that is cognitive dissonance, and it's pretty dang powerful. I'm going to show you a few things I've got. That's this thing in a nutshell. Cognitive dissonance, we can do those things. Here's another one. Here's a smoker. So smoking cigarettes is unhealthy, but I smoke cigarettes. This creates an unpleasant tension state. So I can tell myself that smoking cigarettes is unhealthy, and then I cannot smoke cigarettes anymore, or I can decide to do this, and I can tell myself that the research is not conclusive. It is. Smoking cigarettes is bad for you. Don't do it. Same thing with vaping. Don't do it. It's bad for you. And then smoke the things. We do this all of the time. All of us do. Every single person does this. I do this. I convince myself all the time that I can do things and that I'm special, or something out there is wrong. So cognitive dissonance is a massively powerful force, and it motivates us to do things that seem irrational because we hate this, but we also hate thinking about this. So it's like, this explains why people oftentimes, so we have this idea of I'm a good student. I'm going to go back to my camera. Here you go. Back to the camera. So let's say that you think that you are a good student, but you fail a test. So, you believe you're a good student, but you fail a test. So there are multiple ways you can go about this. These are dissonance. So we have dissonance. That has gone up. So we can change our perception, and we can believe that we are not a good student. We can change our action, and there's lots of ways we could do this. We could study more and then become a good student, or we could possibly change perception, Mr. Lemon is out to get me. It's not me, it's my teacher. Or on this one, we could not hand in stuff or not try. Man, my projector of my face is just so in the way. Or not try. And we would get ourselves, if we don't try and we fail a test, it's not because I'm a bad student, it's because I didn't try. So this is, if you guys ever become teachers, you'll take classes on this exact subject, on why students don't hand stuff in, even when they do it. And a lot of times it comes down to this fear of failure, because we all want to believe that we are good students. We all want to believe that we are smart, but sometimes we fail things. Let's go back over to here, get my stupid face out of the way, and go to this guy. So this is a little bit, you can link to this right there. This is a slide share. This is a great website. And here's just a little more information on cognitive dissonance. So most of this we've gone over, but it has some stuff that, so this is the mental distress that we have when we have contradictory beliefs. I should do this thing. No, do this thing. Homer Simpson. I want this. I want that. I need to have abs. I don't think I want to exercise. Two incompatible beliefs or perceptions or things. So we have to reduce this dissonance. There's a guy, the guy who proposed this was a guy named Festinger. He thinks that every single person who wants to have harmony and beliefs to their attitudes and beliefs. And nobody wants to feel like they're a hypocrite. Nobody wants to say, hey, I believe this thing, but I do a completely different type of thing. You don't want to say, hey, I believe in being healthy, but, I'm not healthy myself. But a lot of us are, so we'll come up with excuses. I want to believe that I'm intelligent. Everybody wants things like that. And so if something's out there, something will create reasons why that can't be right. So when we have this discrepancy, we try to get rid of it, and oftentimes we will do this irrationally. This is the motivational force with this, because it seems like sometimes this would just be irrational and we wouldn't do irrational things. But this explains a lot of irrational things. If you have a belief and it is ingrained into your brain, and then other information comes in that says, hey, this might not be true. You could be wrong. Here's the evidence for this thing. You will fight it. And you will fight it hard. Politics is based off of this. I need more slides. So here we go. Let's make me small. So a student believes he's intelligent, and intelligent people perform well in school. But he gets bad grades, and there's a discrepancy. So he can try harder. He can see. He can change his attitude and say, "I'm not that smart," or he can say, "My teacher's a piece of poo." All these different things. Or maybe you think that Britney Spears or whoever is the greatest person to ever create music, but your friend says that person sucks. So you have an argument about a musician or something. So there's this discrepancy, and so you can get rid of your Britney music. You can say, I guess Britney Spears isn't that great, or we can say that our friend is an idiot and they have the Westlife. I don't know who Westlife is, but their choice in music is crap. So we've done that. Everybody's done something like that. Here's that cigarettes is unhealthy thing I showed you before. And ways we do this. So there's forced compliance. Someone is forced to do something they really do not want to do, and we create dissonance. I didn't want to do this, but I did it, and so that creates problems. Oftentimes, you guys will be in a situation where you have to do something you don't want. Effort justification, that's what I was talking about with students. Here's what I want to do, but not really. And when you make decisions. This is also a thing, like if you have two really, really great choices, you can't figure out what it is. This is Netflix. When you go on to Netflix, there's like 27,000 things you want to watch. And you have to try and make a decision. And that actually will create dissonance too, because which one do I like best? I don't want to skip anything that I don't like. Or when you're like, I want to watch this thing that's crap. Like people know that this is not a very good show. It's like that, little secret that you have that you like that show. But you want to appear that you are really cool. And so you watch the cool show or something. Anyway, a lot of our behaviors are explained by cognitive dissonance. And a lot of things that are irrational are cognitive dissonance. We are oftentimes in a place where we are trapped in cognitive dissonance, and it affects our actions very, very much. So what I want you to do is think about this in your own life. Do you have cognitive dissonance? Do you have a belief, and we all do, that seems to contradict some sort of evidence? And how did you repair that? Did you change your belief? Did you change your attitude? Did you change your actions? Did you dismiss a thing? We oftentimes dismiss things because they don't agree with us, even if those things are pretty dang solid scientifically wise. We all do it. Everybody has. Foods. If you think a particular food is gross and then somebody tells you it is good, I hate cauliflower. And people will try to convince me that cauliflower is good all of the time. And I just think all of them don't know what the crap they're talking about with cauliflower, because it's disgusting. How can anybody think that food is good? Cognitive dissonance. And I think that's about it. Hopefully that clears up cognitive dissonance a little bit. Watch the song that I posted. It's cringy as crap, but it's kind of fun. Anyway, cognitive dissonance. Yay! It screws us up. Bye.